Everyone, it's your girl Kenny, and in today's video is going to be a very detailed one. We are rewigging an old wig, and guess what? It's going to be in form of Glueless. So this video is a two-in-one video where we are going to be rewigging and we are going to be styling. We're going to be styling the hair into Glueless wig. So if you are a beginner when it comes to this area, then this video is the best video. You can always check in and like, and don't forget to follow us for more educative video like this. So let's go straight to the video. So the first material we're going to be needing is our mesh cap, and as you can see, we've started and we're going to be needing a canvas head. So proud to this, the client head is 22, and I realized that wow, this canvas head is a little bit big, so I proceeded on using my mannequin head. So yeah, this is your regular mannequin head. You can actually use it. This is size 22 and it matches my client's head circumference. So this is it. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to be placing the mesh cap on it. As you can see, we have SSs and I don't want this bumping thing. So all I want to do now, as you can see, so it is very important that you have a T-pin, which is what I'm using in this video. So I'm going to be pinning the SS cap down with my pin, and I'm going to go in with my needle and thread. So these are some of the material we're going to be needing. Definitely you'll be needing a needle and a thread. So all you want to do now is start sewing up, start sewing that side. It might not be this much, it might just be like just little, but trust me, this is also little, size 22, and my client want it firm. So once you are working with like a glueless wig, you want something that is firm and something that will be like more comfortable for your client to always like just to wear and make them look more comfortable with their wig. So all you want to do now is start sewing in, and yeah. We are done with the sewing in. Like I said, we are resewing, we are rewigging. So a client of mine, so let me take you back to the story. A client of mine have this like a frontal wig, factory wig, and she said it's not full enough, so she brought another wig and we just have to like do it again. So this is the frontal you are seeing. So I'm looking for the middle point in this area, so it is very necessary that you look for the middle point, right? So you're going to be placing it on your mannequin head just as you are seeing me. Make sure that like you first pin the middle point, and you make sure there's this gap when it comes to like the hairline area, like this hairline, and it's giving you like a M shape. You can see what I'm saying, like that space. It is very important because that is what will make it lay on your client's hair. Don't forget, we are working with a mannequin, and mannequin is not like similar to your head. It's not as if you are sewing it on your client's head. So all you want to do after the frontal placement, mostly some people find it difficult to place it, but trust me, you're going to cope, or you're going to know it as times goes on. So just make sure that the M shape is very important. That is why I'm laying emphasis on that. So now after placing it with your after pinning it down, you want to go in with your thread and your sewing thread, and you start sewing. Definitely, like I do sew it once, some people do it twice, but the reason why I do sew it once is that once like I notice that it tangles badly, so that is why I make it once. You can do it double if you can cope. So I'm done with it, and what you want to do now is to remove your pin, and you want to cut out the excess lace. Please, my people, you need to be very, very careful at this area. You don't just want to ruin your precious lace. And trust me, if you are not a ventilator, it will be very, very hard to fix the error. So you want to be careful at this particular area. You can see this is what it looks like. So what I want to do now is to place it on the mannequin and see test whether it fits wet, and you can see it's looking more flat. So as I said earlier that we are rewigging, I want to separate the hairs. I loosen it from a wig cap, so I want to separate it. So if you are rewigging, make sure that you need to, especially if you are working with like a bob wig, make sure everything is set. But this is not a bob wig anyways, but I still have to do it like this. That is what I'm showing you in this video. So next type is to start sewing in. As you can see in this video, all I'm doing, like, I'm doing double wefting. Why? Because my client wants it super full. That is why we have to like remove a factory wig, and she sent it some of our old wig that I should use it to refill it, and that is what we are doing. So I'm trying to like double weft it, even triple weft safe. At the middle I have to like use like 3 bundles, like fill it, because she said she wants it really full. Yeah, some clients can be like that, and you need to like always listen to your clients, you understand? So that is what I'm doing. So for context sake, some people will be like, oh, you don't use guideline. Yes, I don't use guideline for this particular video because I'm not working with a new hair, and we have enough bundles to work with. So just double it. For those of you, if you are looking for the guideline, I have a detailed video on that on this my channel. You can check it out. I'm going to be putting it up here. You can always click it and watch it after this video. So all you want to do now is like start sewing in, and you are good to go. So make sure when you are sewing in, make sure you like draw the thread very well, and make sure it's very tight and firm, so that you won't have an issue of it losing back maybe after a while your client starts using it. So keep watching, and I'm coming back. Yes guys, so we are done. We are done. So this is the last part. This site is very delicate if you are a wig maker, because we are dealing with frontal, so you want to like make sure it's firm. So after we've done, and I have to try it on to see how tight and how firm the closure is looking like. You can see that it's already looking glueless, and that is a sign that you are doing a great job. So part 2, which is a very good pace, we are styling this hair. I wanted to do a sick pattern styling. This styling period is somewhere I need you to like pay attention to. So we have 3 sections. We have the side pattern, the center, and the other side pattern. So I'll just be using the other side pattern for my sequel. That is where I start my sequels from, you can see. So I'll section this into like 2 parts, and I'm going, as you are seeing me in this video, we want to like flatten the frontal. So whenever I'm styling any, like maybe be it rewigging, be it maybe I'm just wigging a fresh hair, I start with the closure part, because I'm still going to lay it down. We want it flat as possible. So yeah, so all you want to do, I'll be using my mousse. That is all I'm going to be using with my wax stick and my hot comb. So prior to this time, I've already plugged my wax stick, and it's already like it's very hot. So just don't skip this process. Use the back of your hot comb to lay your hair edges. You can see how flat is looking like. So make sure you continue this process on and on till you get the perfect flattening. So one mistake I made that I wouldn't want you to make as a beginner is that, okay, it's like using holding spray, like a butterfly spray on the hair. Like it makes the product build up. So all I just used to use it for is that before I did this, I've already like just spray a little to the tip of the lace, and so that it will give that final hold, you understand? So but when you are styling, don't use it directly on the hair. I've applied it. I don't know why I missed the clip. So like butterfly shadow, you just like spray it after the final laying, then you make sure you clip it. So yeah, we're done with that. So this is the final part. This is like the third part where we are going to be rolling this hair. This hair is a bouncy unit, so we're doing exactly that. I've applied my serum and I'm going to like just make sure everything sinks in, and I'm going to be brushing it out. And yeah, the things I'm going to be using: my clip, my crocodile tip clip. And when it comes to like rolling, when it comes to like bounce, like making a bouncy coils, you make sure like section the hair very well. This is very important, and you should make sure that what you've done in the front, like in the frontal area, doesn't spoil. So you make sure you section your hairs into like three rows, then you three section. So as you can see. So, and I'll just proceed to my coiling. I'm going to be using the coiler size 25 for this video. So for those of you that don't know how to coil, if you want me to do a video about that, guys, just put it down in the comment section. I'm going to do a details videos on that. So just continue and keep watching. Don't forget to like and give your girl a subscribe button. This is the front area, which is very delicate place. Make sure you like aligned the hair very well when it comes to this space. And when you're rolling, you don't just roll, you don't just coil and just remove the barren like that. You make sure like it eats very well, and you can feel the hotness at the back. Like you can feel the hotness before you remove it. Don't mind the way I fast forward this hair. I use hours in rolling these little things, so because you want it to like eat up so that the curls will last. So that is one of the mistakes beginners make, and I wouldn't want my bestie, my friends, my followers, my subscribers to experience such. So make sure you use your clip as you are doing that, and make sure everything setting, so that you yourself, when you are done with it, you like want your work, and you'll be happy to even deliver good work. And one thing about hairstylists is that we all know what the outcome would look like just from the process. So I'm just going to like proceed on the rest of the coiling, and I'm going to see you soon. So for contents, for those of you that are new to hair ventilation is also important as a wig maker. I have a detailed online class. People have benefited from this course, and it's just for a token. You can send a DM to me on Instagram at Kennydeby hair for more details on our classes. So yeah, we're done with our styling. So I'm just like prepping it with this, because you see this front is the main work as a wig maker. So all you want to do now is, after you have done the serering, after you have done the butterfly spray, make sure it's not too near, give it a distance, and you spray, and keep it for some hours. This is done like overnight, so the next morning I'm going to be unpinning it. And here is the final look of the hair. Let me know your thoughts about how it look like. Hope you really got values in this, and I'm going to see you some other time. Bye.